Welcome in. It's Big Fat Nerdy Nerd. Dab with it. We here with a Tarkov press report. We just got done watching Tarkov TV live on Twitch, and we had some things to talk about. Nikita himself, God Nikita, confirmed wipe with the patch. Okay, they said they're in the polishing stages. You know what that means. They could take a little bit. It might not. You know how BSG is. I say earliest next week, but we haven't even seen pre-wipe events yet. So depending on how long the pre-wipe events go for, which I assume is probably gonna be at least probably 2 weeks of pre-wipe events. I'm giving it about end of the month, beginning of July kind of vibes for the wipe. But let's get into this patch. They started off talking about Arena and Streets from Tarkov. Streets from Tarkov, they said is basically in its polishing stages as well. They are getting it ready for an autumn release, fall release, probably end up being winter knowing BSG. They just need to test it more. They need to polish it more. As far as Arena, we got a lot of information on Arena. The Arena won't be expensive. For the non-EOD users, it's going to be a small price point. It's going to be tested first by a pool of ETS peeps, early test server, and then later on it'll probably open up to more testing or open up fully. Arena only purchasers will still be able to play the full game with EOD Tarkov players, so it's not going to be separate or anything. It's just that the people who have the Edge of Darkness edition of Tarkov are going to get Arena for free, as it's included in that DLC benefit package that we get when buying that Edge of Darkness. So, you know, I mean, if you're a true Tarkov player, why don't you have Edge of Darkness? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. Not all of us can drop $200 in a game. Your full game character with gear from the game can be used in Arena. There's going to be some kind of betting, possibly. Keto was kind of a little shoo-shoo on it, but he did say something about that. There will be some custom games similar to the main game. No offline mode available, but we're going to get to some offline stuff in a minute too. No special game modes necessarily, but there will be loot in Arena. I wonder how that works. More details will come later, I guess. There will be no secure container, which is great. The arena is still going to be PvP focused, even though there's loot. People aren't going to be stuffing a bunch of stuff in their booty holes. Definitely look forward to that, especially it's going to be nice to have that alongside the main game. And I feel like it's going to help the main game more too. That way people who really don't want to do the grindy stuff and they just want that PvP action, they can stick to the arena. And the people that love the more hardcore style, they'll be able to enjoy it with the people that enjoy it as well. There are going to be game mode presets in Arena. There will be a PvE mode in Arena against bosses, almost like a horde mode, possibly. There will be tasks for the Arena, but they won't bleed over into main game progression. Arena is expected to have anywhere from like 3 to 4 maps at release. We're looking for an autumn release on Arena. What else? Other things people should know about Arena. It's gonna have a much higher tick rate than the Tarkov servers. We're talking 100+ tick rate. That's gonna give it a very nice feel, smoother, less desync. It's gonna be competitive. Definitely gonna help it. I am excited for Arena. This looks so good. This is awesome. Some of the news we got today is amazing. All right, moving on from Arena. As he was showing some gameplay elements today, Nikita, players noticed something during the stream where the offline mode is. There was a box that you could check that said co-op, and we kept asking, and Nikita himself said that yes, with the next patch, we're getting a co-op offline mode to play with our buddies to practice. Here's the kicker, right? Up to 11 players. That's crazy. You're gonna be able to game with 10 of your buddies, 11 of your buddies, PvE. Heck, while we're waiting on Arena, you guys could go in, we could go in and kind of have our own little PvP sessions like for fun, and you wouldn't even have to worry about gear loss. This sounds like a nice quality of life update kind of. It doesn't really add to the main game features, but it's gonna be fun for friends. It's gonna be fun for people that are having frustrated days in Tarkov and they just want to shoot somebody and just play with their buddies. It is gonna be great. As far as new items and weapons coming in, of course they didn't show everything. You know how they are. They like us to kind of discover those things. We are getting the G36 family of weapons. They showed a variety of weapons, a multitude of them. There's a couple different types. Look awesome. I'm excited to use them. We also are getting the Benelli family of shotguns and some attachments. There's a new optic for the shotgun as well. Look pretty cool. You can switch between a semi-auto mode, and I always love a new shotgun in Tarkov. This is one of the games that has some of the best shotgun usage ever. 336 Lapua bolt action. I think it's the AXMC or the Majolner. What it looked like, I couldn't tell for sure there. We are getting a bolt action 336 Lapua. I'm assuming that one's probably going to be a little bit easier to get than the semi-automatic Lapua. I hope so. That would be awesome. I would love to snipe with a bolt action Lapua. That would be so much fun. They showed off the grenade launcher. Of course, that's a little of a controversial area as Tarkov players, grenade launcher, cheap kills. The only way you're going to be able to get it is from the boss, from the USEC boss. That's the only way. It's not going to be on the market or from a dead player's corpse, right? That already has it. Those are the only two ways you're going to get it. I'm assuming it's not going to be available to traders because then that would just cheapen it. So I'm sure you won't see it a lot, but it did look hella fun to use. He wasn't even shooting scavs directly on. They were shooting the wall behind them and they were just dying. Not fun to be on the other end of, but fun to use. They talked about maybe some new gear, new clothes. They did new models. They're looking sharp. Clothes have been remodeled a bit. It's looking good. And that's going to go into the new animations that they're bringing out. New animations with next patch, walking and running animation. Running animation for depending on how heavy of a gun you have. They did it by slot. So like a 2-slot gun, you're going to be running different than like a 7-slot gun where he's kind of slugging it around. That's awesome. New animations are always welcome because it's bringing in a smoother game experience, more immersion, which Tarkov's already great at. Lighthouse, the expansion for the Lighthouse. It's going to be free to visit it first. After that, and during some events, you're going to need some special access to be there. I only showed off a little bit of it, walked up to the hot lighthouse, and then he blew up, so we'll have to wait and find out about that. And the bosses that are coming with that Lighthouse expansion, we all thought they were going to be Lighthouse bosses, but it's not the case. They're going to be what are called roaming bosses. So at certain points of the time of day, you can find them on customs or shoreline. It's going to bleed life into other maps. People aren't just always going to Lighthouse just for those bosses, and they have to go to other maps to find them. It's going to keep that gameplay fresh on maps. There was one more weapon that I forgot about. It's going to be the 7.62 by 5.4R single load rifle. It's the MP8. Definitely early game weapon, probably really fun early wipe, probably something people will meme with. I like you can have fun with any weapon in Tarkov, honestly. You take a look at my Makarov videos. We have flares. The flares were teased before. We're gonna have different colors. The red is your general airdrop, and then there's gonna be different types of airdrop. Common, was kind of like a mixture of everything, and then weapons and mods only, a supply drop, and a medical drop. So that will be interesting. The other colors of flares, the green and blue, are gonna be used for questing, apparently. So there's gonna be some quests that have to deal with flares. There's other exciting things that are bringing into the game. 2 more USEC voices, and we probably didn't think we were gonna get this. I remember Nikita saying he didn't want to do this. He didn't like the idea, but we're getting 2 broken English bear voices, which I might play bear now because I always wanted to have like a broken English bear. That I'm excited about. Curious what the 2 new USEC voices will sound like too, because we all know we like using a certain one. Maybe the other 2 can rival that. Something I literally screamed over because I love night raids, but the night raiding is just not where it's at right now. As far as NVGs go and IR lasers don't work. They showed off a night vision rework, IR lasers and the IR flashlight working. It was beautiful. That to me is a very small change, but that just completely reworks how like our night raid's gonna go. And I feel like more people will play night raids and they'll be a little more active. So they showed off a tech feature. We have FSR coming in. This is for the AMD users, similar to DLSS. It's gonna up that frame rate. It's lots of new streamer items if you guys haven't seen on Twitter. One more thing that was cool, we're getting fence daily quests for scavs. I think that's gonna be awesome because there is a part of the player base that likes to play their scav. I got a couple buddies that just love playing their scavs. That really fleshes out that scav gameplay a little bit, makes it a little more interesting on that daily grind. Another feature that they looked at today was a 3 special item slot, unlootable for compasses, rangefinder, future radio sets, etc. That's pretty cool. That'd be awesome. Probably even maybe maps go in there as well. That would be kind of cool if you could put a map in there and stuff. Kind of want to role play into it, get a little immersive and use the actual in-game map. That would be awesome. But I love all these little details that they add in. For final thoughts, I'm excited for this wipe. It looks like they're adding a good amount of content. Looks like we're only getting a map expansion and not a whole new map, but we're also getting 3 new bosses and we're getting a bunch of weapons, getting new animations. We're getting things that are going to keep it cool and interesting. So it may not be the best wipe update yet, but it's got me excited what they're doing. I can't wait. Early wipe is always the best time to play the game. I really hope that Streets comes out later this year because that would just be mwah, chef's kiss. But that's it for the Tarkov press report. Tune in next time. Big Fat out.